Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door reviews are finally in, and big surprise! Welcome back to Mood News. I'm your host, Get Mads or Mads, whatever you want to call me. Doesn't really matter. You can just call me Michael for all I care. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about reviews, and specifically reviews about a specific game. A lot of specifics this time around in this episode of Mood News, as with little to no surprise, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door is scoring extremely well with reviewers. We got Nintendo Life with 9 out of 10, GameSpot with 9 out of 10, IGN with 9 out of 10. Currently on Metacritic, it is at 89 out of 100, with the lowest review being around 75, which I actually read to see like, oh, what's going on? Why did this person score it way lower than everyone else? Are they correct in this statement? Is everyone else just crazy? Why is it so low? I mean, it's not that low. 75, that's still pretty good. And their reason was backtracking. And this seems to be the main thing, which was like keeping the previous game from scoring higher, or like its biggest critique was that there is apparently a lot of backtracking. I haven't played Thousand Year Door, so I have no idea about any of this, but according to people who played it and according to reviewers of that time, the original had a lot of tedious moments where you had to go back and forth to places, and apparently this game remedies that by adding like a warp zone and like making things easier to traverse the world. And apparently it does a lot for other reviews, and you can see why, like, that is a direct correlation to getting the reviews higher, because this game is scoring higher than the original in 2004. But obviously this person wasn't too big of a fan with what they attempted and thought it was more of like a band-aid effect. But, you know, that's like one person saying that, and I think, like, regardless, just the amount of positive reception around this game means we're in for a good time. And I'm sure, and I'm hoping actually, that this game does better than Origami King in terms of like sales and stuff, because, you know, good reviews plus Mario must equal good sales most of the time. So hopefully this will be that case. I have a feeling though, you know, I think that's kind of wishful thinking. I honestly think that this game will probably not sell as much as Origami King. You know, I think it's maybe it's for marketing. You know, of like, oh, Origami King is like, oh, origami, oh, that's related to paper, which is a dumb reason, right, for it to be sold. It's like a game which has good mechanics and is the high quality game should usually be the one that sells for most, but that's not always the case. But this game is in a perfect position to explode in popularity, and hopefully that will mean that the next Paper Mario game will be in the style of this. Eyebrow raise. It seems like with Paper Mario we get a new one every 4 years or so, because we got this one in 2024, we got Origami King in 2020, and we got Color Splash in 2016. I think 2012 had Sticker Star. So yeah, it has been about 4 years. So maybe in 2028, well, that sounds awful. In 2028, we'll get either a brand new, crazy cool Paper Mario game, or, I'm just going to say it, Super Paper Mario Remake. Can we get that, please? That's the one I grew up with. That's the one I really liked. I'm still obviously excited to play this first and foremost. You know, it's a brand new game for me, which I'm very excited to see. But that game is still pretty cool. Honestly, though, I think maybe playing it, I think it's worse than I thought initially. I think my nostalgia lenses might be tinting that, because, like, I just remember it looking cool and being cool and experiencing it all fun. But, like, you know, I was like 7 or 8. It's like, what am I to remember? And I'm really curious how Nintendo are going to perceive these reviews and just like the reaction to this game, you know, because this is obviously something which they've been requested before by people to be like, oh, please give us Thousand Year Door again. Please give us Thousand Year Door again. But to actually see it come to fruition and it get high quality reviews and probably high sales, like I'm assuming it's going to get very, very, very high sales. I mean, look, how many people have a Switch? Loads of people. So obviously it's going to get high sales. It's Mario. But yeah, hopefully it means we'll get more Paper Mario games in this style, hopefully before 2028, because that just sounds nasty. I don't want to wait that long to see like the next type of Paper Mario game. Also, what does it mean for the Mario and Luigi series? This is what I really want to talk about, right? So we got Super Mario RPG remade. We got Paper Mario 1000 Year Door remade. We have all of those games sort of in a very healthy position, those like mini-series, micro-series, whatever you say. Oh, we could get a Super Mario RPG 2. Oh, that could be kind of fun. We could get a new Paper Mario game in a similar style to Thousand Year Door and the original. Oh, that would be fun. But what about Mario and Luigi? Huh? Like, that series, obviously, its developers went bankrupt, which is really sad and upsetting. But, you know, if these other series are getting renovated and remade, we have to have something about these games. Because, like, even when the Switch came out and we were getting that remake for Bowser's Inside Story, I was like, why can't we get this on Switch? This would have been way cooler. And I think that honestly might have helped with them not going bankrupt, was to bring one of those games to the Switch. Because if it came out on the Switch, I would 100% buy it. I didn't buy the Bowser's Inside Story game because, like, I didn't want to use my 3DS. I don't know, you know what I mean? So I want to use a nice new shiny thing. And so whether that's remakes or some other thingy-magoose or a brand new Mario and Luigi game, I've really got a feeling that that's going to be like the next big Nintendo Mario thingy-magoosh to come out. Hopefully either this year or next year. I don't know, guys. Because again, if you watched the previous video, I talked about like how with the next console, they'll probably still release a couple Switch games throughout, like, as that's going on. So if that's the case, maybe 2025, maybe 2026, we could get a Mario and Luigi game. That would just be so sick. Please. Or maybe we'll see it at this Nintendo Direct in June. That's coming up. Should I do a predictions video on that, guys? Would you be interested in seeing that? A mood news predictions? Just been Tomodachi Life like 10 times. But yeah, anyways, what do you guys think of these reviews and thingamagoosh and the results of Paper Mario: The 1,000 Year Door getting amazing reviews? Are you surprised? Were you expecting it to get 2s out of 10? You weren't? Oh, that's a surprise. No one would have guessed it was done well. And here's the thing as well, right? Why did Nintendo, like, I was thinking about this as well. Why did Nintendo even bother making this, if that makes sense? Like, obviously, it's, don't get me wrong, it is a phenomenally, like, well-recepted game and stuff, but in terms of lining up with, like, oh, the cleanliness, oh, squeaky clean Nintendo, sort of, like, mentality, which, you know, you expect from, like, modern Nintendo, this feels like it doesn't care that it's a Mario game, that it can just do whatever it wants to fill its vision, and that's really cool. Like, that is such a awesome thing for this game. But it just makes you think, like, oh, that's interesting that Nintendo are willing to experiment a little bit more with the Mario or the Paper Mario subgenre in general. Because again, Mario is very well renowned. You know, we've got the Mario movie, which, you know, did a huge number to increasing sales of, you know, just or bringing brand awareness in general for Nintendo and the Mario series and everything, including with that. But what, didn't it crack like $1 billion sales or something in the box office or something? Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Mario movie did like insanely well. And so like just from the higher popularity of Mario right now, I feel like they can definitely get away with doing these sort of like more quote-unquote risks, if that makes sense. Like, obviously it's not a case of like, oh, you're releasing another Mario game which you already posted, but do you guys get what I mean? Like, in terms of like, I think this game wouldn't exist, or they wouldn't have chosen to make the 1,000 Year Door if they weren't confident in their financial position and their position in terms of awareness of the Mario brand or just Nintendo's brands in general. But that's just like I don't know, it's just a weird theory I had, because if I'm being honest, this still doesn't feel real. This feels so un-Nintendo to make. It still feels like we're dreaming to have this game like finally come out. But yeah, I'm very excited to play this game. Gonna pick it up on Thursday. Let me know if you guys are picking it up, and until next time, I'll talk to you later. Alright, bye bye.